St. Vincent's Hospital, Catholic Hospital. I didn't want to be there at first, but it turned out to be a good thing. Turned my schedule right side up again. I was there for like 2 months, April through early June 1985. I consider April 1st, 1985, the most important day of that decade for me.
In Charlotte and Mecklenburg County, the number of unhoused individuals has risen to 3,311. Meet Your Neighbor highlights their journeys of resilience and hope, showcasing supportive housing communities' critical role in making homelessness rare, brief, and non-recurring.
Peter Levinson, Sky's my middle name. I was born in Bronx, New York. I was born October 5th, 1963. It was a Saturday. I'm approaching my 61st birthday very soon. I don't look like I'm 61, but I am. That's where I am. My mom told me that's when I was born. She had me very late. She was 40 years old by the time before she gave birth to me.
Hi, my name is Carol Berry. I'm a graduate of Johnson C. Smith University, a 4-year graduate in social work. I came to supportive housing communities in 2014. So I saw the need for a life skills coordinator because one of the main things we do with our clients once they come into the supportive housing programs is to keep them housed. And since our population comes from a homeless position, is one of the things that is focused on keeping them housed, teaching them housekeeping skills, money management, budgeting, as well as employment.
It started, I was like depressed. I had like what I called the blue depression originally. That's all turned gray since, and it's like different kinds of depression. But the most traditional depression that most people think of as depression is the blue depression. You feel sad all the time. But there's a thing called the gray depression, which is sort of like the weather outside of your on a day like today, like an overcast day, and that's what I feel like a lot. It's like you don't feel anything, you feel empty inside, and it's hard to feel anything. It's very hard to stimulate yourself and get motivated. I'm sort of a procrastinated person a lot of times, and again, action more, and that's probably why people get frustrated when they want me to get things done and they don't.
So as a life skills coordinator, first of all, I will receive a referral from the case manager. Whenever the case manager recognizes that the client has a problem or have problems dealing with some of the skills that's needed to manage their housing, I'll come in, whether it's a resume building, connecting them to job opportunities, employment opportunities, or even decluttering their homes. And usually when the client gets that type of assistance, they feel a little more relieved just getting past that, because what I've learned and seen in the past is that working with our clients that has lived homeless for a while, they lose a lot of skills. Such as filling out resumes, going for interviews, keeping housekeeping skills, cooking, whatever, just to manage life in general.
Anxiety has been my most recent diagnosis. I got more obsessive-compulsive as the illness went on. I save a lot. I'm a collector. I collected a lot of things when I was younger, but more constructively. I have a lot of pictures and like my picture taking, sunrises, sunsets. I do buildings, landscapes sometimes. And once in a while, I got some pictures of people scattered throughout my photo albums too. I put them like around where the birthdays are.
So first I want to see what the struggle is. I'll collaborate with the client and see what their struggle is in any of those areas, whether it's housekeeping, decluttering, or budgeting. And I want to understand their way of doing things. And wherever I can go in and critique it, teaching them how to organize their homes or budgeting or even saving, I will work it according to their way of thinking in a sense, but give it a little more structure so that it's not hard for them to transition into a new method. Sometimes for us to decluttering, it is a little hard for them to get rid of some things And just understanding that they may have been placed in a situation in the past before they came into housing of losing everything, going from place to place, losing things. And so sometimes when they come into a housing, they might want to hold on to items.
Carol was my favorite caseworker too, my third caseworker. She was on one of the other videotapes. And she's very easy to talk with. You talk with her about almost anything. And
Peter have been, he was cared for by his mom for years. And after his mother passed away, his sister sort of took over. But at the same time, she didn't work with him. She sort of worked, in his mindset, she worked against him. Yeah. But it seemed like most of the things that she were doing for him was for his benefit. But he saw that she didn't give him a choice. And so he felt like the things that she done was to damage him or to cause him harm. So I've learned it's not to work against the client, it's to work with them. What are your struggles? Show me how do you take care of this? And so to help them feel not only just valued, but also give them some skills.
A lot of times, what happened after I got sick in 1979, I got very sensitive to the sounds in the environment. Most people don't realize that. A lot of times I have to turn on the fan in the kitchen to block all that out, especially with all this construction going on right around McCree's place now the last few years. You hear all the beeping and the hammering. It drives me crazy up the wall, and I have to find a way to block it out, like with a fan or something.
Living in, I don't want to use this word, but I am going to use it because I can't think of a better word. Living in, just say uncivilized, when that becomes civilized, then everything that's in here is uncivilized to them. So bringing their mindset back into being in a structured environment, understanding that there are guidelines, but there are steps to doing that, to living in a space that requires you to pay rent, or that requires you to keep your place up to, the upkeep of the home.